10 Talks. Today's conversation is all about going from impossible to I'm possible. And today it may be a crazy idea, and tomorrow it is a breakthrough. So we have an opportunity to hear from a champion team. You're going to love this team, the amazing story, and just to be on the journey from where they were to where they are now. And most importantly, just the changes they've gone through. And we want to give hope to you. So we're going to start with the power of our story. And Rai, I'm going to start with you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Raymariely. You can call me Rai. It's easier. I've been playing volleyball since I was 11 years old. And ever since I started playing or practicing in that moment, I just fell in love with the game. I've been in the gym my whole life because my mom was a professional basketball player. My dad also coaches basketball, and I kind of wanted to do something different from them because I just wanted to put a statement on my name, basically. And ever since I started, like, I had big dreams of going to NCAA in college, having my scholarship, then trying to play pro and be like my mom, because like I grew up seeing her in that environment, and I just fell in love with what sports could do to our lives when I was little, and what it has done to my life now that I've been able to accomplish personal goals. So yeah, I went to college in Arkansas. I was able to get a scholarship, get my degree, and right after that I started playing professional volleyball. I've been able to live in 5 different countries, the only one in my family that has done that.
Little victory dance there. Well done. Yes, well done.
Literally in my family that has done that, living in different countries, being able to meet amazing people, getting to know different cultures. And yeah, so blessed to be here with this group that literally changed my entire life. It was like we were a different person before this and a completely different person after a championship.
Oh, tell us about that change. Tell us how they've changed your life.
Well, 2 years ago, I started dealing with what it was anxiety. And I say it was anxiety because I've been able to work through it. And then this year,
there's another little victory dance. Can we just celebrate working through anxiety? Woohoo!
Yes. Well I almost retired, but there was something in me that it was like, no, just keep going. And then God puts you in the perfect places with the right people and the right situation. And then this year when anxiety tried to kick in, like I was able to lean into this group, our coach, Daly, Britt, and Ronnie, like, and the whole team basically. And yes, like even with anxiety, I was able to perform at a high level and be successful in the whole journey with it. So
yeah, you want to explain what your definition of successful is on that journey, just so the team knows? MVP and champion. Just give yourself, yes. Go ahead, own it. I want you to own it, claim it. Yes, go for it.
Yes, okay, I'll do that. Well, more okay. Definition of success for me was seeing my team succeed, like us being able to make a statement, us being able to accomplish something as big as we did, and of course MVP and champion. You know, like before I think I was not able to celebrate myself, but now I was like, you know what, I deserve this and I need to celebrate myself. And just like all my teammates, when they tell me like, hey, congrats for your MVP, and I was like, thank you, but also my teammates are the MVP because like we all did this together. And yeah, we are gonna be celebrating this for the next 10, 20 years. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's gonna take a long time.
Yes, I love you owning it. That's one thing as women, we really want to just celebrate each other. And we're very good at really owning what gets in our way or our performance barriers like anxiety. And we're not so good at really owning the victories on it. So we're game changers. That's so yesterday. We are stepping in to owning whatever's working for us, our winning strategies, and just celebrating each other as well. So Right. Thank you for that beautiful story and for just bringing us on the journey with you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Oh my God, after that was incredible. I don't even know.
You're incredible. Here we go.
You're next.
Incredible.
All right, fine. Hi, my name is Daly. I started playing when I was 5 in Puerto Rico. I basically tried every sport there is, and I was really bad at all of them and kind of just quit all of them as soon as possible, except for volleyball. For some reason, I was also really bad at it, but I wanted to keep doing it. I wanted to keep coming back. It was the only time I was begging my mom to please bring me to the court. Like, please, I want to play. It's raining outside. Rai knows when we were little, and Ángel knows when we were little. These courts are outdoors. There's no roof. There's, it's in the middle of the night. Like, if it's raining, you don't get to practice. If it's too hot, and maybe you don't get to practice, And I remember very vividly, it's pouring outside. I'm trying to go practice. My mom is saying, you're crazy. We can't go. It's raining. And I'm like, please take me. I have my ball. I have my backpack. I'm like, please take me. So that was a clear sign that, okay, this is what I want to do. It was a clear sign of having passion for this sport that I didn't have for any other sport. And then I just kept feeding that passion, and with my family as well, they kept feeding that passion. And then later becoming an athlete in college at the University of Minnesota. And after that, becoming a pro athlete, and like Rai, playing in different countries, and later playing my 10th season in Puerto Rico and becoming a champion as well. Let's go. So yeah, that's a little bit of my story.
That's a big part of your story. And how has your life changed from before the championship and after the championship?
I feel like my story with Rai is very similar because we were going through it together. I think we both were experiencing similar things at the same time of our career. So we kind of just, held each other's hand and like went through this journey together. But I think anxiety was a big deal, and also retirement was a big deal for me. I'm still not sure about retiring, but
well, it's only been 15 minutes, right? So
yeah. But I think definitely the process of this season taught me that I can get through difficult moments and be successful even through difficulties. Does that make sense? So I think we kind of just said, screw it, let's just keep pushing forward, because we have this group of people who have our backs, and like we have to have their backs as well. We can't just walk out of this. We can't just give up or give in to anxiety or give in to fear. We have to push forward just like everybody else is doing. So I think that was a big deal for me, and it's something that I'm still working on, and that kind of bleeds through to other areas of my life and other relationships in my life. So I think that's something that was different before and that I do cherish now.
Oh, that's such a definition of being on a team, because a team means it's bigger than yourself, and anchoring in the power of purpose. I mean, the purpose of being for each other is so much bigger than anxiety or fear, or any of that. And what a gift you're giving us to be able to see that the power of going into what you want versus all of your power about what you don't want or what you're afraid of. And so many times that's where our brain can take us, and our heart has just got to push us into that championship and that desire that's so much bigger if we have the courage to go for it. So what did you learn about that?
Yeah, I think just the power of commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment to one another, commitment to your purpose, commitment to, for me, I was talking earlier about my family feeding my passion at a younger age. So now it's my turn to feed, back to everyone else through what I do. And so, yeah, I think just that, the power of committing to that goal that we had until we saw it through.
Beautiful. Well said. Little Victory Dance team. Well done. Woo-hoo. Here we go. Okay, next. Let's hear it.
All right.
You're up, baby. Here we go.
My name is Ronika Stone. I started playing volleyball when I was 12, And I come from a really sporty family, and my dad played in the NFL for 13 years. And I have 4 siblings, and when we were younger, he'd always put us through competitions, like who could do the most jump ropes, like who could do the most push-ups. And so it was always like in my nature to be very competitive. And no matter what, like in a conversation that has nothing to do with competing, I'm like, oh yeah, I finished my food before you. Like it's kind of toxic at this point. But always loved competing. I didn't get into playing like organized sports until middle school. And I started with basketball, and I loved basketball. They just ran us so much, but I loved basketball. And I wanted to play as many sports as possible. And then I tried out for volleyball. I was horrible. I didn't know where the ball was going, neither did the other team. I think that's what made myself successful, because we were both kind of scared. But I made the team because I was tall. So that worked in my favor. And as I started to learn more about the game, I just fell in love with it. The stronger my passion grew for volleyball, like it lessened for the other sports. And going into high school, I remember telling my mom I just want to play volleyball. And she was like, nope, you're going to do track and basketball because you need to give back to your school. I don't know what that meant. So I'm happy.
It's just mom wisdom. So we'll just go with it. Yeah.
I'm happy that I did continue to play basketball, because I think my game in volleyball is much better because of my skills from basketball. But I had a good high school career. I was a top 10 recruit in the nation coming out, went to Oregon.
Yeah, another victory dance, baby.
Yeah, it was fun. It was my glory days. And then I had a pretty good college career. I was an All-American, and the furthest we got was the Elite Eight. But
so,
I enjoyed every
team.
second.
What about that, right? Like, oh my goodness, pretty good career, All-American. We only got to Elite Eight.
Because if it's not winning, it's nothing.
Time out. We are going to celebrate. Yo, you are rocking it. Well done. Okay.
And then I went pro, and my first year was in France, which is a really hard year for me. It was like 2020, so it's like pure COVID year, which everyone says shouldn't count, and I should have tried it again, but that was just really hard for me. I am a homebody, and I love my family, and not being able to see anyone, and the time difference, and also my boyfriend. But it was just really hard.
Little detail
and
over there.
There was really no escape from the sport. It was just practice, come back home, practice, come back home. And so when there weren't good days in the gym, it felt like the whole day was a bad day. And I had a lot of bad days, so that wasn't fun. And that made me not want to go back. And so I took a year off and decided to do AU, which was kind of scary for me just because I wasn't in shape and I hadn't played in a long time. I always have really high expectations for myself. And when I don't get close to them, then I feel like I failed. And so like it was a learning curve in the beginning, trying to get back into it. But then I ended up being the highest ranked middle there and finished
another victory
there, which was so cool. I did not think that was going to happen. I really thought I was like aiming for top 25, but with that, I met Rai and I told her I wanted to play in Puerto Rico, and thankfully for her, she convinced Ángel and owners to pick me up, or else I would be sitting on my couch and not being a champion. And I'm so happy that
that's
happened.
The power of relationships. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yes, Rai was my lawyer. She was fighting for me.
What do you think about Ronika? You sign her right now. Let's not talk about that. Sign her and then we'll speak.
And I think even in this season, there were like ups and downs. There were challenges for me mentally. Just again, always having these expectations for myself. And if I'm not reaching them, then I feel like I failed and I feel like I'm letting down the team. And that's how I know I could never play an individual sport because I wouldn't be able to push myself like the team pushes me. And I like always want to be on the court, like playing for my team. And going into the gym, it's like for my team, nothing's for me, or else I wouldn't be doing anything at all. Like I would not motivate myself to do it. It's because I want to make us like as great as we can be. And if I can do this and that to get us there, then I will. So I had some conversations with Ángel, had some conversations with Rai, just like about myself mentally, what I can do. And I feel like that really just changed, just trusting in the team, trusting in each other. Even though they had never lost trust in me, I felt like I lost trust in myself. And it was just like having to express that. But I feel like from that moment, it had changed completely. And yeah, we went on the craziest run that I could have ever imagined, never even thought of that. Like after the first game, I remember going to the locker room and being like, that was boring. Like I want them to try harder. But no, and now we finished off as champions, and it was like it was really the best season of my life.
Oh, huge, huge, huge. Wow, wow. I love it. I want to just ask you about just that courage to speak your truth and to be vulnerable and share really what you're struggling with, because again, I think that is such a winning strategy, yet something that we don't do as women very well.
Yeah, I'm horrible. I had to sit down on it, and I was like, just so you know, I'm gonna cry. Like I am so bad at expressing my emotions without like tears coming out of my eyes immediately. I don't know why I'm like this, but I knew it was just eating me alive, and I knew that I wouldn't be better and the team wouldn't be better if I didn't express what I was feeling. And I like to think of myself as a pretty confident person, and I hate feeling unsure about myself. And so I was just feeling really unsure about myself for a long time, and I needed help. And so I was like, okay, well, stop talking to yourself about it, because you're just digging yourself into a hole. Like, let's ask some people to dig you out. And they really helped.
So how did you have the courage to share your truth and really trust them to help you? Because maybe, I don't know yet, we'll hear that story, but they probably didn't say just all the things to make you feel better. They probably were pretty tough on you, held you accountable, like they knew what you wanted. And because they loved and care about you, they went for it, right?
I mean, when Ángel was talking to me, it was kind of like I was the only one thinking this way. Like he trusts me, Rai trusts me, like, and how we can figure out how I can, I guess, trust them in a way, because the trust for them was already there. And I think just being able to vent, like express how I was feeling helped. And then hearing their plan and like what they thought of the situation. So it's like, okay, this really was all going on in my head. I will make a million scenarios for myself on how things are going, and they're probably all wrong. So actually having to express it and hear what the reality of the situation is and what I need to do was really helpful. It wasn't like, I think it was just tough. It's always tough being vulnerable, especially when after you say one word, you're crying. But it was needed, and their words weren't anything where it was like tough on me, but like, wake up, be that person that you know you can be. I think I was shying away from it just because I was having all these things battling in my head.
I love you owning your power. Ooh, victory dance there, baby. Well done. Yes, love that. And I love the power of team being able to step in, support you, but they couldn't have done it if you didn't allow it and didn't really give them the chance to be able to do it, you know, in terms of give them permission to support you.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Okay, Brittany, let's hear your story.
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm from San Diego, and I started playing volleyball when I was 11 also. I played some other sports when I was younger, but once I touched a volleyball, I just fell in love with it. I was too shy to go to the first camp by myself, so my sister went with me. So I was playing with the older kids, and I just had a blast. Like, I couldn't stay away from volleyball from that point on, and I would play in the backyard against the wall by myself. Like, I was just really passionate about the game, and I really loved it. And I was pretty skilled at it from a young age. So throughout high school, and then I played, and then I got a scholarship to USC to play in college, and I spent 4 years there. And I learned a lot. And now I'm going into my 5th season as a pro overseas.
Little Ricky Dance team.
Yeah. And I really love it. I love the adventure, and I love experiencing the new cultures and getting to grow myself as a player overseas. And last year I had the opportunity, it was brought to my attention that I could play for Puerto Rico, and I could play as a local because my mom was born there.
Victory dance.
So yeah. Hey, so I'm a local in Puerto Rico. But I absolutely wanted to take hold of that opportunity. It's once in a lifetime, and I couldn't think of a more like incredible opportunity to come my way. So I changed my federation from USA to Puerto Rico last year, and I started playing with Pinkin last year, and then I played for the national team. And Ángel was my coach last year as well, and just to see the way that he's grown the team has been incredible, and to the way that he and the team has found success this year has been great. And what else about my story?
Well, I want to hear your before and after, because you've been on this incredible journey.
Yeah.
So tell us about where you were before.
Yeah, I think Ángel can attest to this, but I feel like I've grown a lot as a player in the past year. I've been doing work with Carlette with the sports life coaching meetings every week, and really working on that mental training, because I felt last year like I have the volleyball skills, but I don't have the mental toughness, and I don't have the mental training that's going to take me to the next level. Like I would break really easily in games, and if I made some mistakes, I wouldn't be able to recover as quickly. And I also felt like I could be a better teammate, a better leader. And I didn't know exactly how, and I felt like I really needed that guidance. And so I was connected to Carlette through Kalia Lanier, and we started doing meetings last summer, kind of towards the end of summer, and working all year. I was in Turkey, so I had the whole season there playing pro to work on little things week by week to become mentally tougher, and to put like a preparation plan in action, and how to calm myself down in matches, how to push through the difficult moments, not only in volleyball, but also throughout life. And it's just, I think the results for this season have been incredible. And then to have a team, I'm so grateful for all of you guys here, but to have a team that could support each other, support me in that way. The trust was there, the communication, the competitive spirit. Like every person on this call is one of the most competitive people I've ever met, and seeing them put their full effort, like give all they have every practice, every game, pushes me to do the same with Ángel. It's not every day you come in and you see a coach that's like, I'm going to work harder, this is what we're doing, and really guiding the team in a structured way and building a culture. I've said this a bunch of times, but Ángel I could feel was building a culture of trust and of hard work. And I think that that's what ultimately led to success. Like the team bought into it. We had all the personalities and all the work ethic and the people to see it come to fruition in the way of a championship.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm super excited.
love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Brittany, it has been a huge honor being on the journey with you, and just being able to, be your coach in your life, and be able to coach you up and hand you off to this amazing team. So Coach, let's hear, you have got to be incredibly proud sitting here listening to these incredible women tell the story. So amazing.
It's amazing, really. Just grateful for the opportunity to work with this group. My name is Ángel. I'm from Puerto Rico also. Ex-volleyball player, now coach. So
champion coach. So
I'm going to dance to that. I'm going to own it early on. So I started playing the sport same time, around 11, around most of the people here. I come from a basketball background, basically. Started playing at a young age. I had 2 older brothers that were into sports. None of them made it professional, but they were really wanting to do it. I kind of followed them on the sports into basketball. And by the age of 12 at school, my physical education coach was the coach of the school, and he invited me to the tryouts of volleyball. And I went there and little by little started falling in love with the sport. And by age 16, I signed my first pro contract. So it was pretty quick. It went really fast from leaving basketball to starting volleyball at 12 to signing my first contract at 16. So there was something there that at that age I didn't know, what other people were seeing or watching or whatever. But I made my debut at 16 while in high school playing in the island. I think Daly did the same. I think Daly played where she was in high school. So, and it was special. After that, I went to BYU. I got a scholarship to play in the States. I didn't finish. I got offered to play pro, and I decided to do it. So I went play pro when I was 20. And overseas, so I signed my first contract in Europe, and I was playing there until the pandemic. So it was 18 years traveling the world, played everywhere. I don't know, 10, 15 countries I lived in. So I have the opportunity to travel with my family, with my daughters. So it's been a blessing, the whole journey through my sports career. And the pandemic made us stay in the island, and it kind of turned that switch into what's next. I was getting into the 40s, so I knew that time was running out. So I decided an opportunity came up to coach Pinkin, and I jumped on it. I don't know. I hadn't coached before. I knew what I was getting into it. Pinkin is synonym of the biggest sports franchise in Puerto Rico. So I knew I was getting into, but I have confidence in myself, and I have trust in all that I have done that I could turn this thing around and make it work. It's surreal to be sitting here thinking that 2 years after we won the championship, it's surreal,
celebration team.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 years. That's incredible.
But it's I think it's a merit to the way we work, to the way we train. We spoke about it during the whole season that I was 100% sure that nobody was going to outwork us, that I knew that we were the team that was working the hardest, and that I knew that we were building something special by half of the season, even though we were a 500 club. But I knew the pieces were starting to mix in together, and I thought it was a matter of time. And I guess destiny paid well. Things started working out at the right moment. I think those 2 weeks after we won the semifinals that we get to stick together, I think that made a big difference. I think I'm not going to say what the other team did, but I think what we did was special those 2 weeks. I think we found a way to push as hard as we can and to stay motivated in a period where there was nothing to do. Basically, we could get lost mentally and lost the focus in a hurry. And I think we did the opposite. I think we came back hungrier for more and really wanting to finish what we had started. And it's not me, it's the group. When you arrive to the gym and you see your players get early to the gym, wanting to work, being motivated to succeed, to get better, that only makes you want to work harder. And that only makes you want to find some new solutions for this group that really wants to go get it, and it was a mental challenge for me the whole year to try to keep this amazing group together, to try to keep this amazing group going, and knowing that if things went our way, if we were healthy in the right moment, we had a chance. And funny, we were speaking last night. I was speaking with Rai last night. She was remembering me that we had this meeting today because my mind kind of forgets about some stuff. So she make sure you're tomorrow at 11.
Yes.
So she was asking me for some of the stuff we spoke during the season, and I started scrolling through my WhatsApp, and I just sent her like 20 messages. And it's amazing that all that we said at the end happened. And when we were doing it or saying it, or when I was writing this to her, I was thinking, yeah, whatever, it could happen, but you know, who knows? And at the end of the day, it happened. And one of the messages, it's after we lost to Caguas, the third game of the series of the regular season, we had a lead. We were winning 23-16, one of the sets. And they came back and they beat us. And then they beat us the rest of the game. We couldn't get back from that. And my message after the game to her, she can say, was, instead of thinking that, oh man, we lost that game, we should have won, we should be thinking we had them at 16. And we had them to kill them, you know, we had them to finish them. They know that we can beat them anytime. And that's what we need to take from this game. And that was the third game. After that, we played them 5 times. We beat them 5 times.
Yeah, well done.
So I knew
exactly.
That oh,
yeah.
I knew that something special was cooking. So, but it was hard work, and it's a tribute to basically what this group did. Lead by these 4 players, but the rest also, you know, they pushed as hard as possible. But there's always leaders, there's always followers. And I think at the end of the day, everybody knew their role, everybody accepted and embraced it. And here we are.
Here we are. So absolutely. I want to talk about culture, as Brittany said so eloquently, in terms of you really coming in and being a coach anchored in culture and trust. How did you do it?
Well, I mean, for me, I think that I get back to when I was a player, and I think what were the best years that I played, and what was going right those years, outside of technique or tactically, because volleyball is volleyball, and you can teach it the same way, and it's written already. Nothing new is coming around, other than it's getting stronger and this, but you teach it the same way and all this stuff. It was, what else was going around that made the team be better? And I think it was our coaches. You know, when I was playing, it was the coach. And I wanted to be that coach that give trust to the players, not that coach that's recriminating because you're late or because you're not doing the work, or because I wanted to set an example that we're here to work hard. We're here to get better, that results will come along the way, that it's not the main thing for us. The main thing for us is to come in to be a better player, a better person every single day. And then it's not about volleyball. For me, it's not about volleyball. And I think that's the difference with our group. You know, whenever something was going on, I'm here for them, you know, and whenever they had a situation, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, there's my phone. You can call me. I'm here for you, you know. And once your players know that you really care about them, you're not using them to win a championship, you know, that you really care about them, about their person, about really making them achieve what they want to achieve, or trying to make them better, and all these situations, then the rest is just easy. And I think that's it. I'm true to myself. This is me. This is who I am. And that's the culture I want to bring. If you're not honest, if you're not open about it, if you're not willing to be vulnerable, if you're not willing to do this, then we don't want you in our group, you know? And we've had players come. Britt knows. Daly knows. We've been here more than 1 year. We have players come with great talent. But hey, you don't fit here. I'm sorry, you know, and it's okay. We shake hands and we see each other again, but you're not built for this culture. And that's what we try to do. We try to be vulnerable together. We try to grow together. We try to face failure together, because at the end of the day, when success arrives, it's so much better to share it together. I know people that have won and at the end of the day feel empty inside. And I think we don't. I think we feel so full because of what we did as a group and what we overcome as a group. And all these individual situations that everybody was taking, once we were on that rectangle, I think nothing came. none of the personal situation came, because that was our temple and that was our palace and that was our place to be free and that was our place to express ourselves. And it was more than a court, for us. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's to create memories that last a lifetime. I think even if we wouldn't have won, we still will be having this conversation, and we'll be talking 20 years from now what we did and how we did it. And okay, we ended up short, but man, how many situations we overcame and this and that. So at the end of the day, of course, the championship puts it over the top, but if we wouldn't have won, we would have had an amazing year also. So I think that's it, basically.
Ladies, does this not make you just want to go out and play some more? I mean, oh my goodness, just the power of motivation, inspiration, desire. I mean, well done, Coach. Yes, sign me up.
Hopefully none of them retired and we can coach them all together sometime.
Team, it's your turn. We pass the ball to you for you to go out in your life and be able to be inspired, be encouraged, and give hope to other people. So you bring them on your journey, and it's all about the power of team. So thank you, team. You've been amazing. Such an honor to be on your team, loving, supporting you, and to be continued. We're back for next season to hear this all over again. So very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, team. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Carlette.
Thank you, Carlette.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Miss you.
Lots of love. Lots of love. Thank you.